What up, Suck Chuckers? Rip Trippers back at you today with a video. I'm doing Q&A number 2. I got a bunch of questions, and I'm going to start from the top to the bottom. So if you go to the video where it says, what do you want to know about Rip Trippers? Top comments. That's what I'm going to start with. The most popular comments, and I'm going to scroll down. I'm not going to answer all of them because there's 949 comments. No way. I'll probably answer like, I don't know, 20. Question number 1, and the shout out goes to DJLsbTech. Everybody knows who DJLsbTech is. If you don't know who he is, I'll post a link down in the description to his YouTube channel. He's phenomenal vape reviewer, okay? Anyways, he's got 2 questions for me. First question is, why are you so much more sexy with the grown beard? Yeah, I'm not sexy, dude. Come on, man. Thanks for the compliment, I guess. Okay. Second question. Where do you find the energy and the willpower to keep on going with so many personal attacks, possibly due to hidden agendas from other people around in the community, even reviewers? What? I honestly, okay, so here's the deal. I don't do drama, man. I don't know any other reviewers, and thank God. I'm not being a dick or anything, but here's the deal. I don't want to know other reviewers because first of all, they're all coming out with their own products, been doing it for like the last 2 years. And if I get to know other reviewers, then that means that the bias, you know, starts to set in. I stay away from vape. I mean, like, the only thing I do vape is this channel. The only thing I do vape is products. I really immerse myself in products and doing reviews for you guys, okay, for you consumers. But the DJLsbTech Vapes I don't get into drama, man. I don't care about it. I honestly don't pay attention to anything. But DJLsbTech, I hope that answered your question. Here's the question I have for you. First of all, I know that you've been away from your family. I've heard the grapevine. And for those of you vapors, or for those of you consumers, other vape reviewers watching who don't know, DJLsbTech, he has been away from his family for 2 years. He is from Portugal, but now lives in the States somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but 2 years he hadn't seen his family. So my question to you, DJLsbTech, how the hell are you able to be away from your family for 2 years? Physically. I mean, yeah, we got Skype and all that stuff. What I'm saying is there's no way in hell I would be able to be physically away from my family for 2 years. That's 2 years you ain't ever getting back. And I know you got kids. For me, in my mind, this is like this, okay? That's 2 years I'm away from my family, away from my kids, and I've got 3 kids. I've got an 8-month-old, I've got a 2.5-year-old, and I got a daughter that just turned 4. That's like me missing 2 years of their life. There's no way in hell. You can't get that back. So my question is, how the hell are you doing that? I mean, like mentally, emotionally, there's no way I could do it. You can answer down in the comment section. Please do. I want to know. I want to know. Now on to the second question of this Q&A, okay? It comes from a guy by the name of, or a girl by the name of Prodigy. So shout out to you, Prodigy. But here's the question. What did you do before YouTube? Any tips for getting to where you want to be in life? Okay, so I graduated, and I mentioned this in my last Q&A, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it again. I graduated back in 2007 from... Oh shit, it's that long ago you forget where you fucking graduate from. Shit! So in 2007, I graduated with a BA in photojournalism and a minor in psychology from a school called Loyola University in New Orleans, okay? Yeah, I lived in New Orleans for 5 years, loved it. I loved it and I hated it. The food was great, the people were phenomenal, but that place is the dirtiest place I've ever seen, and it's the craziest. It's like, it's a whole nother world. But that being said, after I graduated in 2007, I got married, graduated December 2007, and I got married that same month. 2008, I never even worked for the man. I never worked for the man before I graduated from school. I never worked for the man after school. I always worked for myself. My dad was an entrepreneur. He taught me, he said, look, man, if you want to do what you want to do in life, you want to get done what you want to get done, and you don't want to make money for other companies, you know, or other individuals, you want to make money for yourself, go to work for yourself. I'll teach you. I was lucky. He worked for the man until he was 42, 43 years old, but I learned from him, okay? And I thank God every day for him, for having his knowledge and for his love and for his support. He taught me so much. There's just no way with my personality. I know I could not go work for the man. It's just not in me. It's in me to be a pioneer. It's in me to be that lone wolf. I am a lone freaking wolf, just on a mission every day. The summer of 2007, before I graduated, I did an internship doing wedding photography, but I became super passionate about it because I saw how lucrative that business is. So I worked for this guy in the summer of 2007. Yeah, it was an internship. I know I said I would never work for the man, but I had to learn to do that, okay? I had to learn how to shoot weddings. Anyways, I did it for a whole summer. I shot a wedding at the end of the summer by myself for him, and I learned a lot from that because I messed up a lot. I felt bad for the couple I shot their wedding. They paid, I don't know, $3,000 for the package. In my mind, holy shnikes, that's a lot of money. You know, at that time, I sure couldn't afford that. You know, a freaking wedding package is $3,000. But anyways, that being said, shot my first wedding then, and then in 2008 when I got back, I remember the routine of weddings, okay, just from shooting one wedding and then also assisting this other guy on multiple other weddings. I probably did 16 other weddings second camera. So in 2008 2008, I used that whole year to put together my portfolio for all the weddings I shot for him for a bridal show I did in 2009. Long story short, guys, I shot weddings in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, and I shot all over the country. Okay, I shot in New York, I shot in Florida Keys. I traveled everywhere. I got into magazines. I was a really good wedding photographer. I was passionate about it. I was really passionate about details. The money just came along with it. It was lucrative, but it wasn't anything that was going to get you rich. What's going to get you rich is if you have multiple wedding photographers shooting under your company. It's like an umbrella company. And I wasn't going to do that, because if you do something like that, you're not there. It's a control factor with me, man. The quality has got to be mint. And I know the quality is going to be mint if I'm there shooting the wedding. But yeah, right around 2011, I was getting burnt out of weddings. Okay. And I hooked up with my brother-in-law, and we started this software company that was integrated within Photoshop and Lightroom. So it used Photoshop, Lightroom, and it used other photo softwares. We wrote this code, right, to be able to create like actions, okay, where you could get integrated within the software and use them to put actions on photos. This is before like Instagram. We created the software and it was huge, man. It really took off. You could download it easy. It was pretty cheap, but we just bumped the volume up. It was unlimited. I mean, we made this thing, and I was able to do that because I was very proficient in Photoshop and Lightroom and puberty. But yeah, I was very proficient in Photoshop and Lightroom and all this other that had to do with photography because I went to school for it. So we built that thing up huge and we sold it, me and my brother-in-law, and it was awesome. That was substantial amount of dough. But to answer your question, let me go back to this question. Yeah, so that's what I did before YouTube. I did wedding photography. You know, I started this software company and we sold it, made a buttload of money, and I was doing real estate at the same time. I always did real estate, okay? From the time I was like 18 with my dad all the way up until I'm still doing real estate. I own 4 or 5 different commercial properties. I own a couple residential properties. I'm looking every day and I'm purchasing, I'm using the money that I make, that I made off the software company, that I make off of vaping, and I invest it right back in real estate. Real estate, I think, is the best investment by far. I'm just waiting for another 2008 to happen to where everything drops and then I'm gonna buy everything up, because I was not able to do that back in 2008. I know that sounds bad, but when everything drops, man, and there's a bunch of foreclosures and it's really a big buyer's market, when everyone's running away from the storm, what they think is a storm, run into it and snatch everything up. That's how the rich get richer, man. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I started with nothing. I didn't have anything. I didn't have a pot to piss in. My dad, he didn't give me shit, man. All he gave me was knowledge. Now, knowledge is everything, in my opinion. If you have the knowledge and you have the skills to make money and you could sell, more power to you. But here's the thing. You got to be persistent. You can't give up on your dreams. Prodigy, I'm talking to you. Dream big, do big. All right. Now on to the next question. And this comes from Dank House. Okay. And he says, Rip Chippers, do you consume cannabis now that it is actually legal in your state to consume it? It's not legal. I don't know where the hell you're getting this from. Not legal where I live. Okay. But anyways, are you wanting to take part in the Taki? What the fuck is Toki shut me? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Dude, I don't smoke weed, man. I try to do it. I like the way it makes me feel in one way. I don't like the stoner feel. I just don't like it. I'm a control freak, man. I want to be in control. Like I said, every time I smoke it, I get stoned. I get stoned to the point where I get paranoid. It makes me feel like I'm trapped. Probably the best analogy when I smoke weed is it makes me feel like I'm trapped inside of a painting and I can't get out. Okay. I hate that fucking feeling. Can't stand it. So people that think I'm freaking high in videos and you think I'm on crack and shit, you are the one smoking something. I've never done any of that shit in my life. Never done crack, never done cocaine. I just have a lot of freaking energy, and I'll get to why I got a lot of energy down below. Okay. But Dank House, I don't smoke weed, brother. Next question goes to Epic Dillweed. Shout out to you, buddy. But yeah, Epic Dillweed says, why don't you ever reply to or like fan comments? Okay, here's the deal. I mentioned this in an interview back in 2016 with Vape Stars. I don't have time right now to comment on I'll never have time to comment on every person's, comment. I'm just not going to, because I've got to get the content out. Like I said, 85 to 90 hours I'm working a week, man. And that's just vape stuff. And that's not even spending time with my kids. And I got to spend at least an hour a day with my kids, man. That's why my studio is in-house. You know what? I bought a penthouse downtown, okay? I had a penthouse at the top downtown, okay? Because it's a good real estate investor, right? So I bought this penthouse and I used the whole penthouse as a studio. Okay, I lived in there some nights and I recorded and I edited. And for those of you guys who do not know, I don't have a team of guys around me. I'm a one-man show doing 10 jobs, man. I'm doing the lighting, I'm doing the audio, I'm doing the editing, I do all the editing. I do it all. It's just really hard. I've got a manager, I've got an agent, and they deal with all the political bullshit that I don't have to deal with or want to deal with. And that's just the fact of the matter. Hell, I had to get out of the penthouse that I freaking bought because it was taking time away from my kids, man. I felt horrible. I mean, this is right down the road. So like I live in the suburbs and then I've got, downtown, I have this penthouse, but I had to drive back and forth. This is a hectic job, man. And if you're a reviewer, you get an idea what's going on. But the fact of the matter is, and I'm just going to keep repeating this because I do feel bad. I feel bad that I feel like there's some people that feel like that I'm neglecting them. And, I'm a good person and I don't want to do that. But at the same time, my priorities are my kids and this job. Getting the content up and my kids. That's it. That's number one. Hope that answers your question, Epic Dillweed. Next question goes to Wu-Tang CL. Personal question. Why do you never interact with other vape reviewers? Well, it goes back to the other question that Dillweed had. Okay, Dillweed. Goes back to the other question Dillweed had. I just don't have time, man. I really don't. Okay, I'm spending all my time either with my family or just producing content, period. 85 to 90 hours a week. Now, I know a lot of other reviewers out there are doing the same thing. They're working their ass off, so you got to give it to them. Bunch of other reviewers. Like I said, this is a vape ecosystem we've all created, that we've all pioneered. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. Rise Hanson, shout out to you, buddy. Rise Hanson says, what is your opinion on CBD e-liquid? Do you see any benefits? Have you ever tried it before? I've tried it once. This CBD stuff called Diamond. Well, it's from a company called Diamond, and it made me high as a kite. Never tried it again. Never want to try it again. I'm sure that stuff has some THC in it. I mean, it probably did because it got me high as a kite. It only lasted for like 30 minutes though. So I don't know, man. CBD, probably not. I'm probably, you know, it really didn't really turn my tassel. The whole Kratom thing though. Kratom, I've tried Kratom. Kratom is the real deal. I've got back issues. I know this is off topic, but I think Kratom, that stuff is legit, man. We'll get into that. Maybe. That all depends. Cody C. Banks, how you doing, buddy? Okay. How long have you been vaping and how does it affect your lungs? I've been vaping for almost 10 years. 10 years. I get exams like every freaking 6 months, guys. Yeah, buddy, I have physicals done. I've gotten x-rays at least once a year, and I do it for that purpose. I do it to check my lungs. I want to make sure that what I'm doing is not going to kill me. And I'll tell you what, so far, I'm clear. Like they say, the test, 95% safer than cigs. I believe it. I mean, I feel it. It's legit. Any smoker watching right now looking to get into vaping, do it. Whoa, way better than smoking cigarettes. Like I said, 95% safer. Test it. But yeah, Cody C. Banks, I'm loving it, man. Next question goes to Kimmy Vapes. Kimmy Vapes is a reviewer. I know you. I mean, I've watched your stuff. I've seen your stuff. Would you ever consider being a guest on live vape related show? Again, Kimmy Vapes, I don't have time. The hours I put in for this job, it only leaves me a small amount of time to sleep and to spend time with my kids. When I was growing up, my dad was gone all the time. He never raised me. My mom raised me. My mom was a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Not in a bad way, but she was kind of crazy, man. I mean, it wasn't a normal household that I lived in. So me not having a dad around, me not having that discipline, that father figure, I think it messed me up in some ways. So I can't do that to my kids. I got to be there for them. I know I digress, Kimmy. I know, but here's the deal. I just don't have time for it. Next question goes to someone's name I cannot pronounce, but if you're following this, it's right under Kimmy Vapes, okay? Are you you stupid shithead. Are your knuckles still drying out? They're dry as can be, man. If you go to my close-ups, you can see how dry my knuckles are. They dry to mother chucker because I got dry knuckles. What do you want? Remish Nesh, any beard tips? Well, I cut it. So if you want to grow yours, grow it. If you want to cut it, cut it. But I never used beard oil. Ever. No, I just grew it. I grew it and it grew and it grew. Now here's the thing. I never had any beard hair. Never had any facial hair until I was 23 years old. 3 years old. I was bald as a biscuit. I swear. Bald as a biscuit up until I was 23 and then it just started coming in. And no, I never took steroids. I don't know what it was. It was just I was a late bloomer. My dad, he shaved twice a day. So I got the hair from him. Next question. Tricky Loki. How old are you? I'll be 36 this July. Next question. Bad habit. What company should people avoid in terms of vape juice, mods, atomizers? Here's the deal. The products that I don't review, the companies I don't review, watch out for them. Either they're super high end, they're not accessible, or they're garbage. It's one or the other. Like I said, guys, the stuff on my channel, the stuff I really like. Now, I will state this. Smoke Tech, Smock, their pod stuff is good, but their quality control is shit. That company, I'm kind of watching. I'm paying attention to. They're getting almost too big for their britches. Every other company I review, phenomenal. Phenomenal with how accessible they are, their quality control for how accessible they are, the price points. Like I said, most of the stuff on my channel, that's the stuff that is A-okay in my book. Ace Maestro, can you tell us all how you remain so high energy without all the bad stuff? I'm not high energy all the time. I'm high energy when I hit the camera. When I turn the camera on, I'm a go. I get real happy. I get fluffy daffy. I just turn it on, man. I'm a goofball. I've always been a goofball. I'm the same way with my kids. I spend all my energy either doing the vape stuff or really playing with my kids, making them laugh, loving them to death. That's just how it is. Now, if you go to my old videos back in 2012, I was uncertain, man. I'd never done this before. The whole camera relationship, talking to a lens just felt weird. It took me a long time to really get used to it, to really build this brand. And now that I'm doing it, I'm going. Also, energy, going back to energy. Okay, I eat like super duper clean, cleaner than most people in this world. Now I do it because I've got an autoimmune disease. Now it's not my thyroid. That's one autoimmune disease. I've got another autoimmune disease that I've never mentioned in the past. And I just don't want to get into it right now. It's a health issue that I've had, that I was born with, that's really affected my life. You guys don't see it. It's off camera, but it's made me really sick at times. And that's why I get skinny. It's because this autoimmune autoimmune disease that I have. Again, I'm not going to get into that, but what it does is it forces me to eat super duper clean. Back in 2017, I did a video, Is Rip Chippers Dying? It was inspirational for people, but there was a story that I wasn't telling. Okay, I told the truth. It's just I told half the truth. There's another story that I am sick in a lot of ways. I'm trying to get it under control, the health issue I have, but it's a bitch, man. I wouldn't want my worst enemy having what I have. Like I said, I was born with it. There's really nothing I could do. I mean, there is something I could do, but it's totally extreme. I have to go to another country to get it done because in this country they don't. I'm not going to get into that. The point is I eat super healthy. Next question comes from Son of Asin or Akin. What's going on, buddy? Okay, is there any chance that you're going to collab to make an Addy? I am working on a collaboration right now, and I'm not going to mention who it is, but there's potential, a lot of potential. This could be a biggie for all you guys. You're going to have to wait and see though. Briley, my amigo. All right, Rips, you asked for it. What is 9 to the power of 100? Warren Jacob, big fan here. How do you keep your beard very looking good? Well, my beard's cut off, but to be honest with you, I just grow it. Grow it and show it. Alexis Riviera, what's the best build for clouds and flavor? I'm using Aegis Legend with a drop RDA. Thanks, Rip. That's a good one. You got the drop, you got the Aegis, you rock it. Lee's Lunchbox, what's your favorite band, music, favorite food? Lastly, will you hire me? For what? I know it's a joke, but anyways, favorite bands. Man, there's a lot of great bands out there. I'm not big into music today. All this pop stuff going on, nah. I like the old stuff. Leonard Skinner, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Buddy Holly and the Crickets. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I like the classic rock. What are your other hobbies besides vaping? I really don't have any right now, other than my kids. It's so hard to have any time to do anything else. This job is just all consuming. Oh yeah, and that question was from Fake Fixie. Next question, David Aaron Stimmerson. 2-part question. Do you watch other vape tubers? Rarely. Again, that just comes down to time, not having enough time. And the next question is, which one of them would you collab with? Well, I'm collabing with one guy, but I don't consider him a review, even though he's starting to get back into reviews. He's more of an engineer / designer. I can't mention his name right now. You're gonna have to wait for that, but get ready. I think it's gonna happen. Next question comes from Harsh Patel, and he says, Rip, how do you get that insane confidence and not any stops while speaking that fast? What converted you from that slow speaking Rip to like we see you today? Do you meditate or something? Harsh, if you're watching, this is years and years and years of practicing to get people pumped up, to get people inspired. I'm very thankful, very fortunate, but it did not start out like that. I had to train myself, had to get rid of the uhs and ams and ahs and you know, that stuff. It's taken years and years and years. It's hard to keep your energy up. It really is. But I really enjoy getting that energy up. But again, it comes easier to me. To some of you guys out there, you're just more chill, more laid back. It's fine. Different strokes for different folks. So yeah, baby, that's pretty much all I got for you today. I mean, we could keep going. I got like 900 other comments, but those are the top comments, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, liked it, found it entertaining and helpful. If you did like it, hit that like button. Let me know that you care. Share it for all your friends to see. If you want to see me do more videos like this, definitely like the video. But all that being said, this is Rip Chippers, and remember, smoking is dead. Vaping is the future, and the future is now. Peace.